Hello there, and welcome back. Tonight we will embark on a calm and restful journey into the world of olive oil, letting the soothing exploration of its delicate balance of fatty acids and antioxidant compounds carry us gently towards slumber. Fall asleep with the gentle science of liquid gold, a calm journey through olive oil vertical bar, olive oil nutrition facts. For a moment, let us also quietly echo fall asleep with what makes olive oil special. Exploring the chemistry of Mediterranean gold vertical bar olive oil nutrition facts, if only to envelop ourselves in the soft curiosity that draws us into this realm of sunlit groves and carefully pressed oil. Picture the rolling Mediterranean hillside as afternoon light drapes across a silent landscape. Time seems to slow, and the leaves of the olive trees shimmer with a silvery green hue that catches the breeze. There is a sense of gentle warmth in the air, with soft golden rays outlining the branches and illuminating the treasured fruit that has nourished civilizations for centuries. Our focus tonight is on the molecular structure and nutritional details of this storied liquid gold, whose subtle flavors and smooth consistency have elevated it to a place of honor in countless kitchens and dining rituals worldwide. Olive oil stands among nature's most balanced fats for several reasons, the most prominent of which is its impressive concentration of monounsaturated fatty acids, especially oleic acid. These monounsaturated fats typically account for a large portion of olive oil's overall composition, offering a supportive nutritional profile that stands apart from many other cooking oils. Scientists have studied these fats extensively, finding that within the context of a healthy lifestyle, this ratio of monounsaturated fatty acids can be beneficial for various aspects of well-being, from cellular function to broader bodily processes. While caution prevents us from making sweeping promises, it is well recognized that the design of olive oil's chemical structure marked by oleic acid may encourage a balanced approach to nutrition. Let us delve deeper, letting this gentle inquiry lull our minds into a sense of comfortable ease. Oleic acid is a standout component because it contributes to the fluidity and stability of cell membranes throughout the body. In basic biochemical terms, membranes act like flexible barriers, crucial to transporting substances into and out of cells. A cell cannot flourish without the proper arrangement of fatty acids, and monounsaturated fats like those in olive oil can help maintain a balance that supports normal cellular function. Different fats have distinct effects on membrane properties, and too much saturation or an imbalance of certain fatty acids can alter how cells respond to signals. This is where the unique composition of olive oil becomes especially intriguing. The high percentage of oleic acid seems to optimize fluidity while avoiding the overly rigid structures induced by certain other fats. When you listen to the gentle talk of dietitians or read through nutritional science journals, you often encounter mention of the Mediterranean nutritional pattern, where olive oil is a principal fat source. This has been a focus of research for decades, not because of fleeting trends, but because of deep cultural traditions and careful scientific studies. When people look at the data, they see an interesting correlation between diets rich in olive oil and various markers of overall well-being. Researchers have pointed to the synergy between monounsaturated fats and the spectrum of minor components found in extra virgin olive oil, such as polyphenols, vitamin E, and other antioxidants that can help guard oils from oxidation. A spoonful of extra virgin olive oil is more than just a blend of fats. It is a complex solution carrying hundreds of phytochemical compounds. Among them, polyphenols and tocopherols vitamin E compounds play protective roles, helping to stabilize the oil by mitigating oxidative damage. This effect can be seen in the way that high-quality olive oils retain their aroma and flavor over time more effectively than certain other oils do. It is also believed that these compounds may have supportive functions for the body, although we must remain measured in how we describe these possibilities. One of the most talked about antioxidant compounds in olive oil is hydroxytyrosol, a phenolic molecule that boasts remarkable stability and potential in complementary dietary practices. Pair that with oleic, another notable compound known for its pungent spicy sensation in the back of the throat, and we start to appreciate olive oil's molecular tapestry. Neither hydroxytyrosol nor oleic exist in isolation. They operate in concert with other minor constituents of olive oil, creating an ensemble of flavors and potential benefits no single ingredient can replicate alone. As our thoughts gently roam through these details, we might recall the age-old process by which olives are pressed, often in local mills near the groves, where entire communities gather to watch the harvest's culmination. Tradition says that the first cold press yields the extra virgin olive oil, capturing the essence of the olive in its most prized form, typically marked by minimal processing and low acidity. When you pour extra virgin olive oil onto a plate, notice the texture, the faint peppery note, or the mild bitterness lingering at the sides of your tongue, revealing the presence of those beneficial phenolic compounds. In a scientific sense, these flavor nuances represent tiny molecules interacting with the receptors of our taste buds. Each swirl of oil across the palate might remind us that the journey from tree to table is also a journey into a molecular arrangement that has evolved alongside human cultivation for millennia. If we explore further into the realm of nutrition facts, olive oil contains a modest amount of vitamins, including vitamin K, important for natural bodily processes, and varying levels of vitamin E, which can act as an antioxidant. The specific phenolic content varies depending on a number of factors: the olive variety, the region in which it is grown, the timing of harvest, and the method of extraction. Early harvest olives, those picked when the fruit is still green or just turning color, tend to yield oils higher in certain polyphenols, giving them a robust, sometimes grassy flavor and a peppery kick at the throat's end. Late harvest oils are often milder and smoother, though perhaps with a slightly reduced phenolic content. Watching the interplay of these variables can be fascinating for anyone eager to note differences in color, flavor, and composition. In the gentle hush of Mediterranean groves, one might sense that each tree, each fruit, is part of a quiet, complex interplay among soil composition, sunshine hours, and water supply, weaving subtle differences into the final bottle. The high proportion of monounsaturated fats in olive oil, particularly oleic acid, is part of what makes it distinct in the grand hierarchy of cooking oils. Compare it with a more polyunsaturated option, such as sunflower or corn oil, or with saturated fats like coconut or butter, and you see that olive oil rests in a middle ground. This means that at a molecular level, the fatty acid chains in olive oil do not easily degrade into harmful byproducts when subjected to moderate heat. Olive oil has a relatively moderate smoke point, especially extra virgin olive oil, so while it is suitable for most home cooking methods, it is also recommended not to overheat it to extremely high temperatures that might degrade the beneficial phenolics and produce off flavors. For gentle sautéing or drizzling atop salads, it shines, providing both culinary and nutritional appeal. Another interesting aspect of the chemistry is that oleic acid's single double bond, found in the middle of its hydrocarbon chain, places it between the fully saturated and heavily polyunsaturated fats. This single double bond supports a balance between structural rigidity and fluidity in cell membranes, aligning with the idea that a certain level of monounsaturated fat intake can be an important facet of an overall balanced diet. Observing a droplet of olive oil under the right conditions can be almost mesmerizing, as it refracts a golden greenish hue in soft light, hinting at the presence of chlorophyll-related pigments derived from the olive fruit. These pigments do not merely contribute to color, they also play roles in antioxidant activities. The exact ratio of these pigments depends on the type of olive, the harvest date, and whether the oil has undergone any filtration or refining steps after pressing. Refined olive oils typically lose some of these minor components during the refining process, resulting in a lighter color, milder taste, and fewer of the protective polyphenols. This difference between extra virgin and refined oils is why most culinary experts often suggest using extra virgin for drizzling and finishing dishes, whereas refined olive oil might be better for high-heat cooking due to its more neutral flavor and slightly higher smoke point. From a cultural and historical perspective, ancient civilizations recognized olive oil's value as far more than a mere cooking medium. It was used in lamplighting, religious rituals, anointing ceremonies, and skincare. Although our main focus tonight remains on the nutritional aspects, it is still awe-inspiring to consider how much emphasis cultures placed on this golden liquid for so many different purposes. One could imagine the faint glow of an ancient lamp fueled by olive oil, illuminating a rustic home perched on a Mediterranean slope. Over the centuries, a combination of observation and nascent experimentation allowed farmers to refine the cultivation of olive groves, selecting tree varieties that best suited the soil and climate, and gradually innovating pressing techniques, from stone mills to more modern mechanical presses. At the molecular level, the reason olive oil can fuel a lamp or serve as a cooking fat, or even impart a nourishing sensation to the skin lies in the same fundamental properties: its stable monounsaturated structure, abundant minor components, and overall composition that resists rancidity better than oils that are more polyunsaturated. Our bedtime story tonight focuses on the simple wonder of these molecular interactions, helping us drift into a sense of calm fascination. From your vantage point, you might sense how intricately connected all living things are, from the tree that produces the olive to the chemistry that grants the fruit its prized oil. Now, if we shift into the realm of daily consumption recommendations, many nutrition professionals often include olive oil within a balanced approach to eating, though specifics vary based on factors like overall calorie needs and personal preferences. Monounsaturated fats are considered a healthy alternative to excessive consumption of saturated fats, but it is also worth remembering that moderation is key, as all dietary fats contain around 9 calories per gram. Thus, even with its beneficial profile, olive oil is not intended to replace a full diet's worth of essential nutrients, but rather to complement whole grains, proteins, vegetables, and fruits. The synergy found in the Mediterranean style of eating generally includes ample vegetables, legumes, fruits, a variety of grains, often whole, and modest amounts of meat, with fish tending to be more common than red meats. This synergy or interplay of ingredients, combined with a natural inclination toward physical activity and a slower-paced lifestyle, is believed to be where the deeper advantages might lie. In that bigger picture, olive oil plays a prominent flavorful and symbolic role. Another fascinating aspect that merits mention is the idea of storing olive oil to preserve its nutritional integrity. Light, heat, and oxygen, are enemies to the delicate polyphenols and antioxidants that distinguish extra virgin olive oil. Thus, many enthusiasts keep their high-quality oils in dark bottles, in a relatively cool place, and away from direct sunlight. Over time, olive oil can oxidize, so it is often advised to purchase manageable quantities to be used within a reasonable time frame, typically from a few months to a year after the harvest date, depending on the oil's initial quality. This helps ensure the flavors and beneficial compounds remain as intact as possible. Think about the satisfaction of opening a new bottle and sensing the subtle aroma of grassiness or fruitiness, a fleeting connection to the orchard from where it came. Studies analyzing olive oil's polyphenolic profile often highlight how these antioxidant compounds can vary widely among different brands, even if they all carry the extra virgin label. Tasting different varieties can be part of the fun, exploring a peppery Tuscan oil from Italy, or a mild buttery version from certain regions of Spain, or a bright fruity Greek or Tunisian oil, each reflecting the local environment and traditional milling processes. Embedded in each bottle is a living mosaic of sunlight, soil, varietal genetics, and human craftsmanship. The allure of olive oil's healthy monounsaturated profile is not solely about numbers on a nutritional label. It also carries intangible qualities of tradition and connection to nature. As you slowly begin to drift, consider that each droplet of oil swirling in a pan or dressing a salad has a complex identity shaped by centuries of agricultural wisdom, numerous chemical processes in the maturing olive, and the gentle press that releases its essence. Although our modern scientific understanding affirms the potential advantages of monounsaturated fats and dietary antioxidants, the real magic lies in the tapestry of flavors and experiences that unfold when a dish is prepared with thoughtfulness, or when we simply dip a piece of freshly baked bread into olive oil sprinkled lightly with herbs. If you observe the label of a high-quality extra virgin olive oil bottle, you will often see references to the acidity level, typically measured as a percentage of free oleic acid. Traditional guidelines hold that an oil must have less than 0.8% acidity to be designated as extra virgin, although truly premium oils often come in significantly below that threshold, as low as 0.2 or 0.3%. This does not define the flavor all on its own, but rather indicates a level of care in handling the olives, as higher acidity can develop when olives are bruised or stored improperly before pressing. It is a testament to the harmony that occurs when the fruit is pressed promptly after harvest, preserving both the flavorful and nutritional components of the oil. Now imagine gently swirling an unfiltered extra virgin olive oil in a small clear dish. You might notice a slight cloudiness or sediment at the bottom, which can be tiny olive particles or micro droplets of water that remain after pressing. Many artisans believe this unfiltered oil carries even more depth of flavor, though it can have a shorter shelf life, because the suspended particles may encourage faster spoilage. Others prefer a filtered oil for its clearer appearance and stable keeping qualities, yet it still retains a high level of beneficial compounds when it is expertly handled. Under the microscope, each swirling droplet is teeming with complex lipids and minor bioactive compounds, a reflection of the fruit's nature-inspired design. Science tells us that these molecules interact with one another and can offer protective characteristics when part of broader, balanced dietary patterns. In moderate amounts, olive oil can seamlessly integrate into salads, vegetables, dips, marinades, and even baked goods, bringing a subtle nuance to each recipe. It can meld beautifully with tomatoes and fresh basil, or drizzle lightly over roasted root vegetables, or coat a piece of fish with a glistening sheen that enhances both aroma and taste. Each of these culinary applications highlights what is arguably the most enchanting aspect of olive oil, the way it subtly enhances natural flavors without overwhelming them. While we continue drifting, we can hold on to that image of the sun setting on a tranquil Mediterranean hillside, the soft golden hour light illuminating the backs of olive leaves, the gentle hum of insects hidden among the branches, and the faint sound of leaves rustling in the breeze. To some it might simply be a remedy for stress, a momentary escape into a simpler ritual of harvest and press, tasting and sharing. To others, the layering of phenols, vitamins and healthy fatty acids portrays an ancient synergy between humans and the land they cultivate. The mystique of olive oil is that it can be simultaneously ordinary and extraordinary, an everyday staple in the kitchen that also stands as a testament to years of farming heritage and biochemical intricacies. This sense of quiet wonder is precisely what can lull us into a peaceful state, where facts mingle with relaxation, letting our minds wrap around the comforting notion that nature provides us with nourishment, color, flavor, and a gentle push toward overall well-being through simple, timeless foods. Let us gently roam into the details of polyphenols for a moment. These naturally occurring antioxidants lend olive oil its slightly bitter taste and also help protect the oil from rancidity. That means that if you find a bitterness or peppery finish in a new harvest extra virgin olive oil, you are likely tasting the presence of these potent compounds. The reason they taste bitter or pungent has to do with the molecular structure interacting with our taste receptors. Certain phenols bind to taste receptors for bitterness, just as others can cause a warm or peppery sensation. In this way, the flavors we detect in olive oil offer clues about its chemical composition and potential longevity in storage. Sometimes producers refer to the polyphenol content as an olive oil's person, indicating whether it stands out with its pungent or mild persona. The primary polyphenols often include hydroxytyrosol, tyrosol, oleuropein and other derivatives, though the relative amounts vary greatly, influenced by everything from olive varietals to climatic conditions. Meanwhile, the main carbohydrate portion of the olive fruit is mostly pressed out along with water, so olive oil itself is very low in carbohydrates. Its protein content is minimal too, though the residue of the fruit might contain trace amounts. Thus, from a purely macronutrient standpoint, olive oil is nearly all fat, with a predominant share being monounsaturated, a smaller fraction polyunsaturated, and a modest portion saturated. This can be easier to visualize if you imagine the typical nutritional label on a bottle of olive oil, showing something close to 14 grams of fat, with around 9 to 10 grams of that classified as monounsaturated. It is precisely this distribution that places olive oil in a favorable light nutritionally, although it must be balanced with other sources of healthy fats like seeds or avocados, just as we see in many traditional Mediterranean eating habits. Whether you drizzle it over fresh greens or use it to gently cook vegetables, it's reassuring to know that those subtle chemical interactions can help maintain certain beneficial compounds, provided we keep the heat moderate. Of course, we can mention that the presence of antioxidants in extra virgin olive oil can protect the oil itself from some damage during cooking, but we are mindful not to make overarching health claims. Instead, let your mind drift to the idea that cooking is itself a chemical transformation, turning raw ingredients into a blend
blend of flavors that we experience with all our senses. In this transformation, the stable structure of oleic acid and the protective actions of phenols play their own silent part. Over millennia, olive oil has been a staple that threads together numerous culinary traditions along the sunny coasts and inland valleys of Mediterranean countries. Families in rural areas used to gather every autumn to pick olives by hand or by gently shaking the branches, collecting the fruit in woven baskets. The harvest could take days or even weeks, culminating in a communal milling process at the local press, where laughter, camaraderie, and shared tasks bonded entire villages. Once the oil was extracted, it was stored in large terracotta or stainless steel containers, protected from light and heat, ready to be portioned out for daily use throughout the year. This cycle of cultivation and harvest gave people a sense of continuity and rhythm, an awareness of seasonal changes, and a profound respect for the land. Those intangible benefits, intertwined with the tangible chemistry of oleic acid and polyphenols, captured the imagination of travelers, and eventually of researchers as well. Looking at it through a modern lens, we see that the synergy between these macronutrients and micronutrients is part of what sets olive oil apart as a valued cooking fat that also aligns nicely with results observed in various epidemiological studies. While no single food can guarantee a perfect outcome for our bodies, the special characteristics of olive oil encourage many to consider it not just a cooking medium, but something that is worth savoring, analyzing, and celebrating. As your eyelids grow heavy with the comforting cadence of these reflections, you might recall the subtle nutty aroma of freshly pressed olive oil, the gentle swirl of color in a shallow dish, or the smooth texture as it glides across your tongue. Somewhere in that memory rests the knowledge that each droplet is teeming with the molecular synergy of oleic acid, antioxidants, minor acids, and a dash of vitamins, all woven together in a harmonious composition that has stood the test of time. Viewed scientifically, olive oil's role in supporting balanced dietary patterns makes sense, as combining monounsaturated fat with essential nutrients from produce, legumes, and grains fosters a broad palette of flavors and potential nutritional support. Yet viewed culturally, it is equally significant, shaping the traditions and shared experiences of countless communities. Reflect for a moment on the orchard's cyclical nature, blossoms turning to small green olives, which mature and darken through the sun-drenched months until harvest. Then in the quiet hum of the mill, the mechanical or old-fashioned stone presses apply steady pressure, releasing juice from the olive pulp, where oil mingles with water before separation yields the fresh golden liquid. This process can remind us that the entire notion of nourishment extends beyond mere consumption, reaching into our connection with nature, our sense of taste, and our respect for those who cultivate and harvest our food. In the hush of evening, the lulling effect of pondering these details can be a gentle balm, so let your mind wander across the soft line of ancient hills, letting the last rays of golden light sway through slender branches of olive trees, while the cooled air evokes a calm hush among the stones and grasses. Feel free to move deeper into comfort, allowing the molecular dance of fatty acids, antioxidants, and polyphenols to form an image in your thoughts, a drifting tapestry that spans centuries and crosses continents, all embodied in a single spoonful of pure olive oil. When we summarize the nutrition facts then, we see that a tablespoon of olive oil contains around 120 calories and 14 grams of fat, most of which is monounsaturated. It may also contain trace elements of vitamins E and K, along with a variety of phenolic compounds that differ depending on structure hides a synergy that research continues to explore, uncovering new details and intersections with human health. No matter how many times scientists analyze its constituents, olive oil remains a testament to the natural complexities that arise from the interplay of environment, genetics, and cultivation. If you find yourself with an open bottle in your kitchen, perhaps let a small measure trickle onto your plate a moment before dinner, giving yourself a moment to appreciate its subtle aroma and golden hue. You might dip a piece of crusty bread into it, savoring the first fleeting notes as they dance across your taste buds, letting the natural flavors ease you into a space of tranquility. This acknowledgement of olive oil's quiet sophistication can be seen as a moment of mindfulness, an unhurried communion with both nature and tradition. Over time, as you explore various oils, you might discover that some are grassy and bold, others are floral and delicate, yet all share those fundamental core attributes that place olive oil among nature's most balanced edible oils. Even the gentle act of swirling the oil in a small bowl can fill you with a sense of peace, mesmerizing you into noticing slight color variations from greenish gold to deeper, more robust tones. That swirl invites you to slow down, to actually see the graceful consistency of this liquid gold, and perhaps to reflect on the synergy of nutrients and the sense of tradition that has drawn you here tonight. As we close our gentle journey, let us recall that the chemistry of olive oil, marked by its remarkable ratio of monounsaturated fats, the presence of antioxidants like polyphenols, and the subtle array of micronutrients, forms a beautiful mosaic that supports balanced dietary practices. It is a mosaic that can bring a sense of warmth to the table and highlight the artistry of cooking. Lulled by the quiet hum of this ancient gift, we drift toward rest, imagining a twinkling of light on the distant hillside, where olive trees stand tall in their serene rows, nurtured by sun and wind. The phenomenon of olive oil is more than a static list of nutritional facts. It is a dance of molecules shaped by centuries of orchard keeping, pressing, tasting, and sharing, reflecting an enduring bond between humans and the land. Let this reflection guide you gently into the realm of dreams, where the quiet knowledge of nature's bounty can fill your thoughts with calm gratitude. May your rest be peaceful, and may you awake with a renewed sense of wonder for the smallest miracles hidden in our daily lives. Thank you for joining me this evening, and I wish you a very restful night's sleep as you drift into the